Every single black person that has a high level of achievement, you look at President Barack Obama, they stand up in Congress and yell, "You lie." You look at what Dr. King went through, Malcolm X went through, Andrew Young went through, Tiger Woods went through. Black men of consequence are made to suffer, and you cannot give them you. And that's what I feel when I see what you go through. Don't give them you, because you have an obligation when you go through things, even when they are unfair, to not have those years of joy robbed from you.
I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
All right. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving, man. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. This flies in the face of that old, see, such and such made it. Why can't the rest of you do this and that? And what people don't talk about is this ridiculous level of disrespect for successful black folks. Just unnecessary bullshit. And like what he brought up with former President Barack Obama. Honestly, man, you got to understand something. There's gonna come a day where something like that happens, and a black man's gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna beat your ass on national television. I'm sick of this shit. Think about when he spoke about Tiger Woods. And I remember when he first won, I want to say the Masters. Oh, we're gonna have fried chicken and collard greens now. It's like, oh, okay, you bitch. It's that type of thing, right? Um, using, going back to Barack Obama with that, using him as a reference. That's where the whole birther thing and Trump becoming president the first time, it was really his response to that whole birther BS. And the lady that made that whole thing up wasn't even from America, which was ironic, but it's the level of disrespect. And people say, oh no, that happens to everybody. No, the fuck it don't. No, the fuck it don't. Because we can see this. We've seen in history and publicly, what happens is other people become successful and they could do a lot of good or they could do a lot of bad. And it's kind of washed under the rug. And then after they're dead, if they did a lot of bad, people talk a whole lot of shit about them. Or they ignore them like they never existed. And if they do a lot of good, then people go, but they're tied to somebody that did something bad 9 times out of 10. So it's like, it's a wash. I hate to say it that way, but that's the reality of it. But when people go, like I said, they made it to this area, they made it in this tax bracket, they made it at this amount of success. I mean, anybody could do it. And it's like, no, like there's certain people can't deal with the bullshit. Like certain people, like enough is enough. Like when they had the thing about Kelly Rowland walking off of the morning show because of the dress room, it's like, I had enough of y'all bullshit. I had enough. You can even bring up Antonio Brown, even though I think that was weird as shit. But like, I had enough of y'all bullshit. I'm out. I ain't coming back. Like what you're seeing is people's responses to, hey man, I ain't dealing with this shit. And you're seeing, black men and black women just kind of like, look, man, I ain't got to be around you. I remember using Dave Chappelle as a reference. I remember him buying that when he what he kept saying about the home that he bought for himself in like Ohio or whatever. He was like, this is the, fuck Hollywood kind of house. Like it's paid for. I could be here for the rest of my life. I ain't got to be in Hollywood with that bullshit. I can come and go as I please. And people don't realize that is what goes on. And I could for the record say the same thing about like, you see all the stuff that Diddy's going through, like Bill Cosby or Kelly, all that other stuff. If they did people dirty, I get it. But what I can say is this. What it seems like is somebody wanted to get them. It seems like somebody wanted to get them, but that person will never be known, right? So it's unnecessary bullshit. Kind of like we was watching this watching this. It's a documentary. Was it Silver Dollar Road? And company wanted to take family in North Carolina's land from them because they had like 65 acres and 13 of it is like waterfront property. So they wanted to steal their damn land because hey, you can't never have nothing, right? So they did all kinds of unscrupulous bullshit. A family member started it. A family member that wasn't even, that didn't even own shit really, tried to sell the shit without the family knowing, basically. But it reminds me of that old Nas verse. If I rule the world, they never want a nigga having shit. And it's the same thing over and over again. When he brought up Andrew Young, that shit, it's over and over and over again. The higher the level of success, the higher the level of disrespect. And you wonder why people get burned out or they go off or they snap or they disappear. It's because of this shit. It's because like I don't want to be around all y'all. I don't need all of this bullshit. They go places and they deal with constant disrespect. And and nobody wants to deal with that throughout their life. Like, you rich, but the police like, let me know you still a nigga and I'm a cop. So, what, I'll shoot you. And it's like, oh, okay. Remember Jamie Foxx talking about how he got pulled over and some crazy shit like that happened. You're successful. Somebody's a lawyer and they just want to sue you. I just gotta, you're black and I'm not. I can make up some shit and the court will rule in my favor. It's the same dumb shit over and over and over again. And people go, I don't know. I don't understand. It's like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do understand. When he brought up, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they killed them for being good people. Period. Just point blank. How dare you actually want a positive results for your people? You gotta die. It's like, Medgar, Fred Hampton, it's all that. It's just ridiculous. Martin Luther King's brother Alfred, it's the same old shit. But but you got some successful folks, and it's like, yeah, we do. People that could have been successful, but because they were black, let me steal your invention. Let me steal your idea. Let me steal, the credit for, what you got. Let me steal a patent. You get what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. But, you got land, like I said earlier, let me steal the land and just, but you can make it in spite of all of this shit, and all of the people who get to fuck over people like this because they black, they can all ride off into the sunset and put a lot of money in a bank account doing this bullshit because, hey, this is what America's about. Man, I heard you fucked over the niggers. You made $3 million. That's great, man. God loves you. God, you're blessed. And it's like, oh, okay. Right. But, for me, people don't want to talk about the other side of this shit. But this is my point of view on it. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe to that. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.